like they said, you had your street style and you had your responsible style. It was all on one album.
Right.
Now it's all about just breaking stuff down. And I'm gonna be quite honest, half these artists don't come from the hood. Let's be for real. So yeah, be for real. So they're giving lies to us who live in so-called hood, because hoods don't exist no more. Let's put it this way.
Right.
So they're feeding this lie to us, and the brothers who are supposed to be not as high as them is following these lies that they're putting out, but they going over to the suburbs. Let's break it down. Am I right or wrong? I'm right or wrong. So they don't come from where we come from. I come from Bedford-Stuyvesant, Brooklyn. Ocean Hill, Brownsville. So the hip hop that we were speaking of was real. And when you have guys who perpetrating a fraud, then you perpetrating a fraud on the community, but you bringing the community to a different level. You're up here and we're down there. Back in the day when you had music reached out to the community. Like I say, I got Sunshine on the Cloud today, Marvin Gaye, what's going on? Even now, even Beyonce's album now is pretty tight. I like it because she's touching bases with what's going on in the community. But another thing nowadays, what's happening with artists, there's no music in schools anymore.
Right.
There's no more music in school. When we went to school, you had choir, you had piano, you learned this, you learned that. Yeah. And let's put it this way, from where we come from, they took the music programs out. You go in certain areas, it's still there. They took it out.
Right.
So therefore all we're doing is making beats, and when I say this, brothers who make beats, I'm not talking bad against y'all, because that's an art within itself. But what I'm saying is to learn to play that instrument, that bass, that drum, that guitar, put it together, the soul, the rhythm, and the feeling is in the music.
Right.
The beat is in the music. The beat comes from Africa. There was drums that spoke to us. You don't have that rhythm and that feeling in the music anymore. And that's what's totally missing. And artists are, well, the underground artists are not being heard because they're telling the truth. Let's say, do you know Emily Sand? How you say her name? Emily Sanders. She made wow, what was the song she made?
I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Please check her out, y'all. The sister is bad. She has a song out now called Extraordinary Being. It's in the movie The Phoenix. It's like in the soundtrack. But what I'm saying is, she has violins, strings, drum, real violinists. The words have meaning, lyrics, beats, and everything doesn't have to be over sexual. That's another thing that's taken out of the community. You had women who were beautiful in Whitney in her gowns. Let's break it down now. We don't always have to see your body. If you want to, that's cool. But what happened to the beauty, the style, and the love, and all that's there, which is what we're about. Now you see other people in communities doing our music while we're sitting back and like this. You know what I'm saying? You're taking our style. And some people say you're angry. I'm not angry. I love all music, but I'm telling you the truth. I know what I see, and I know what's happening to our music. And the older generation and the younger generation are always fighting because the older is putting down the younger, and the younger think they're better than the older. That's not the way the mix works.
Right.
If you come together, the older and the new can come together, make something powerful. Say, yo, I'm putting you down, or I think I'm better than you. We all in the same pot together. You know what I'm saying? So the music, if we can get some of the younger cats to respect the older cats, and the older cats to stop putting down the younger cats, okay, well, trap, whatever, that's a different style. A lot of people don't like it, but then there's some people that do. There's a lot of guys who like trap music who don't like what the older cats do because they feel, they're stuck in the past. Now mix the trap and the older, make that bang powerful, and you got a slam and beat. You got lyrics that are touching the youth of today, and the older generation is partying too. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because what boils down to, there's no more messages in our music.
Right.
Period. That's what it boils down to. There's no more messages in our music. You could party. I mean, we love to party, but where's the message in the music? And that's what's missing. And that's why the community is messed up, because there's no messages in the songs. When I write my music or my songs, I have a band. I have a bass, drum, guitar, keyboardist, percussionist, and 2 background singers. I do real instruments. My words come from the soul. My song, Mirror, Mirror, it's like, what do you see when you looking in the mirror staring back at you? Are you happy or are you feeling sad and blue? It's a message, but it's a powerful message, because people don't want to hear messages anymore. Oh man, I want to hear that message stuff. Nah. What you do is marry the beat and the message, and everything will fall through. They'll be jamming to the beat and they're getting the message.
Exactly.
So like I say, what's missing in our music is the uplifting, the message of touching the people. That's what's missing.
Yeah. And it's funny that you say that, because it goes to part of what I was saying earlier about the change and the shift, because like, just think about R&B. Like, a lot of the music back then had the message, but like you said, they had the music to go along with it. So it's like the medicine is in the candy. You know what I mean? Like, you got those like banging beats or banging music that you don't even realize, like, you getting something fed to your soul. You know what I'm saying? And so I would agree that's part of the problem. Or I think this is one of my biggest issues. And I always say this, and frankly, this is one of the biggest reasons why I created this platform. Balance. There's not enough balance of different styles, because the thing is, even if you go within each genre, there are subgenres within each genre.
Yes.
Everybody don't make the same type of hip hop.
That's true.
Everybody doesn't make the same type of R&B. Everybody doesn't make the same type of gospel. Everybody doesn't make the same type of jazz. If you talking about DC, everybody doesn't make the same type of go-go.
That's
you
true.
know what I'm saying?
True.
Nobody makes the same type of music, because everybody's experiences and what type of music they listen to drives those experiences. Like, I think, like, listening to radio now, I feel like they're trying to lean back in a more balanced direction.
Yeah.
But it's still like, you feel like I'll never forget one time I was going to New York with my homie. And this was back in 2014. And so on the way up there, it felt like one long song playing. I couldn't tell the difference between K Camp and whoever else was on the radio at the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this all sounds the same. It's like the same beats.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, dang, like, can we get some variation? Like, it's funny. I was at this show last night. Shout out my man Tim Hicks of the Cornell West Theory and Dirty Church. He was like, pretty much like, there are 3 flows right now when it comes to rappers. It's like, and then it's this one. Right. You know, it's like, and I forgot the sing songy flow. You know what I'm saying? It's like kind of drag on or whatever. And it's right. Yeah. You know, and it's like, I think that's part of the problem. It's not enough variation. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing about black music. We're not a monolith.
Thank you.
We're not a monolith. There's so many different aspects of it, and I understand, like, say like urban contemporary. They predominantly program hip hop and R&B, but they'll roll in some reggae, some dancehall. They've been rolling in Afrobeat a lot more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, on a lot of the stations. But thinking about stations here in DC, this is DC. This is the DC DMV, whatever you want to call it. They barely play go-go on radio anymore.
Oh,
you know,
in DC?
In DC, right?
Wow.
They barely play it on the radio. Like they, I
Maybe
remember,
on the afternoon, like
Right.
12 and
No, they
1,
do like
12 and 1.
afternoon or like nighttime.
Right.
Or like late
Right.
night, yeah.
They play
you
go-go.
used to hear it as part of the regular programming. Like I
Wow.
remember back in like the mid '90s, you'd hear Red Essence, like you hear Northeast Groovers, you'd hear Junkyard, you hear Backyard, you hear like all of these bands in the regular rotation, like in the middle of playing, say, a Snoop Dogg or Biggie, you'd hear. You'd hear that, but you don't hear that anymore. And I think part of it is because of changing demographics and a lot of the major cities, because a lot of major cities are becoming more gentrified.
Yes, they are.
Yes.
You know, and so like it's like I'll never forget like when they started weaving a lot more pop music into urban contemporary. Like I'm like, all right, y'all got Hot 99.5.
Right.
Leave 93 and 95 alone. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, and it's no knock, because you had that stuff even on 95 back in the day. Like you could hear a group like Expose on the radio at the same time. You remember? As a Janet Jackson. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like it's just a lot different now. You know, it's not. Like I said, my biggest issue is balance. You know what I'm saying? Like, give us a little bit of everything. Don't give us one of the same type of thing. You know, and it goes across the board. I don't want to hear just all boom bap.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't just listen to boom bap, but I don't want to hear all trap.
Right.
You know, I don't want to hear just all love R&B. I want to hear message R&B.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to hear a little bit of everything. I don't want to hear just dance hall reggae. I want to hear some roots reggae too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to give me, if you're going to give me one, give me a little bit more of the other. Create that balance, because it's like, it's different people who like different things, and expose different people, especially black folks, especially young kids, expose them to different types of stuff. Because I mean, granted, you can look for it on your own because of the internet now, but let's keep it real. People still are listening to terrestrial radio. You know, and a lot of times their tastes are guided by what they hear on the radio or what they see in front of their face that's easily accessible. You know,
They have generalized us. That's what it is. Everybody, okay, they put one program and everybody from listens to everything. It's like me, I'm a rock artist. So the first thing people say, oh, you make white boy music. I'm like, okay, study your history.
right,
Study your
exactly.
history.
They took it from
study your
us.
history. You know, I mean, you have Jimi Hendrix, you have Living Color, but that's another thing. Black radio does not play black rock artists.
Yeah, and it's funny that you mentioned Living Color, because I'm so glad you brought that up, because what's funny, I got exposed to them on BET. You know what I'm saying? Back in like 89, 90. You know what I'm saying? And like, and that's another thing. Back then, like, even BET being like our only black channel at that time, they would play Living Color.
Yeah.
They would play Tracy Chapman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They would play like all of these different nuanced artists that you don't see the same thing happening no more.
But what happened? The corporations got involved, and that's what they did.
It.
Yeah, the corporations got involved.
BT is not the same anymore.
That's right.
Right.
You in a city where they don't play go-go. I mean, come on now, where go-go comes from, you playing it late at night.
Right.
Does anybody know one of the very first original go-go songs? Bustin' Loose. I mean, they play that. They don't, they don't play stuff like that no more.
Everybody sleep.
You know,
Right, exactly.
And it's like, and the change of demographics shouldn't change the radio stations because it really shouldn't. But that's, like you said, that's what's happening. You go into urban cities now, colors are changing.
Right.
Let's be for real.
Right.
So you change the radio. I mean, music is for everybody. I listen, like I say, pop, R&B, jazz, everything. But don't just pigeon people of color into one style of music. That's not what we about. Like you said, there's variations in everything. That's why I'm glad we have platforms like this. But like you said, radio is still alive. Radio is not dead.
Right.
And they know this. So this is why they feed us this type of music. So we're stuck in that. I mean, there's no education in it. Like you said, it's sad. It's really, really sad because our music is so broad. It's from here to there. We're not just, people ask me, I can't stand this. Oh, you're a rap artist? I'm like, no. But that's what they see. They automatically they see you color, you no.
You're a rapper.
Thank you.
Yep.
I'm a rock. Oh, you do rock music? You see the mohawk, don't you? So it's like, that's what,
The first hit.
but what I'm saying is that's what they do. Is they or what the record labels want. Okay, we got a Beyonce. We need 50 million of them. We have a Rihanna. We need 50 million Rihannas.
Right.
They're all cookie cutters.
Right.
And I'm sure all of y'all have different styles. You sing a rapper and what you do. I see. Here I go. Right. Now you sing. You're not a musician. Anything? But hey, if you did, you would have a style. You have a style. You have a style. We all have styles.
That's right.
We all of us, from our look, our music, and everything. But they don't want to push it. They push everybody. But I mean, you got people doing. And I don't like to say this because the album was bad. But and I forget his name. Pardon me, y'all. But he sounded like Morris Day in the time. What's his?
Talking about Bruno?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Nah, but he knows the stuff because he comes from where we come from. But what I'm saying though, if I was to do an album like that, they would say I was played out. They wouldn't play me. But someone else comes along. Oh, here we have a formula here. Y'all get what I'm saying?
Right.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, because I mean, like, yeah, he pulled from Morris Day. He pulled from One Way. You know, a lot of like 24 Karat Magic sounds slam like Cutie Pie by One Way.
But I give it to him because he knows his stuff. I'm not gonna take it care. But I'm just saying though, I'm not gonna put him down because he knows, he's been around, he knows his music. He's a man of color, so he knows. But what I'm saying is, if I was to do it, they would say, "Oh no, you're played out." But let someone else come do it. This is what's happening to us. We don't get to play our own music.
Right.
We don't get to play it.
That's a problem.
You know.
That's a problem. Ladies, how y'all? Anything y'all wanna?
I would like to throw out another element that I think has kind of been overlooked in this generation, and that is, and not to say that there aren't any artists that are not talented, but there are a lot of artists that are, I like to say, genetically modified. And I, as a former singer, I know what it takes to be a real singer. I was vocally trained, you know, so I have an appreciation, a love for someone that can actually sing, and not just behind or in the studio, and not just, you know, on the, you know, auto tune and all of that. Like, that's really irritating to me. But I have a love for artists that can actually perform and sound amazing.
Right.
You know, they don't need the auto tune microphone even to perform, to sound like they like
the pitch mic.
Right, you know.
BT, everybody was auto singing. It's like
I didn't even watch
that
it.
is this generation.
Like,
that is this generation.
but
It's
some
hard.
of them were singing over the mic because they was some of them always say, or they'll go on social media and they'll kind of base their frustration and be like, I wanted to sing my song, but they want to do auto whatever you call it, auto tone and stuff, because you can tell some of them. When I was watching BT, you can tell, like, I forgot the big girl name that was on top of that.
Lizzo.
Oh yeah, who is she?
Lizzo, you can tell she was getting irritated.
Oh yeah, I like her too.
You can tell she was getting irritated because she kept yelling over her auto tone, because you can tell with some of their performance, some of them was like, I don't want to sing my auto tone. I don't want to basically lip sync.
You want to sing?
Well, yeah. A lot of times, what happens, and this is a complaint that I've had with, I have it with hip hop all the time.
Right.
But I noticed it a lot during the BET Awards. A lot of people were singing over their actual track instead of having a TV track. Like, people don't understand the concept of
TV track.
Yeah,
TV.
you know.
But you know, honestly, I think too, it comes down to what type of performer you are, because not everybody can be dancing around, jumping around, and then really be able to sing. It takes a lot to be. That's what I'm saying. It takes a lot to be an actual singer.
Right.
You know, your breath control, your diaphragm, like all of that is a lot.
Yeah.
So that's why nowadays when I hear the tracks on, you know, not to say that there aren't, you know, artists that, you know, can't act, that are not actually talented, but there are a lot of rapper singers, you know, that want to sing, but I'm like, this is what you think singing is? Like, you know, but not to say that I don't listen to it sometimes, because sometimes I do, but I have a genuine appreciation for artists that actually can perform live, with a band,
right,
you know, with a band behind them, and actually perform. You know, like but see, I'm also a lover of, like, you know, the time periods of the Cotton Club too. You know, Harlem Renaissance, where music was real and live. You know, so that also, I guess, kind of makes me a little biased.
Right.
But at the same time, nowadays, you go and you listen to an album, and then you go see that performer, and then I am underwhelmed.
Yeah,
Or I'm
It
like,
sound like the same thing.
wow,
You
is
go
that
to the album in the car?
right,
I'd rather
exactly.
just listen to the album because the performance that you just gave me made me not like you.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly,
You supposed to sing better than the album when you're live.
Exactly.
And that's
Exactly.
not the case a lot of
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
Or they have to have help,
Mm-hmm.
you know, to
kind of
make
help.
sure that they sound how they sound on the actual track.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And to me, that's genetically modified.
It
Uh-huh.
is.
I
Yeah.
just go home and play it on my Bluetooth.
Thank you.
Right.
You know what? You're my concert.
Like they say, when the machine stopped working in the back, can you handle it live?
Come on now.
Okay.
Right.
It
If
is.
everything breaks
It
down,
is.
can you sing a cappella?
Uh-huh.
Can you sing without any music and still grab your audience?
Yeah.
If not,
That's
then maybe you should look at your craft.
Yeah.
That's true.
You
Yeah.
know, but
That's it.
but real artists are able to continue to perform with or without music.
That's right. What's funny, I don't know. I don't think you were at this show, but one of the R&B nostalgia shows, this girl named Tashara from Baltimore, she sang, but the problem was the show kind of ran long, and so she was only supposed to sing but so long, so she sang a little bit longer than her time, and so they started shutting down like everything on her. Like I felt bad for her,
Wow.
but she kept singing.
Right.
And my goodness, like she didn't need a mic, she
blew
didn't
it
need a
away.
band, she didn't need anybody.
Okay.
Like she just kept singing.
She could hold her own.
She could hold her own, and we were just like all in, just like in awe.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, she's a good singer anyway. But to
Right.
me, it goes to that very point. Like, what can you do when the music's not playing?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have nothing behind you, you got to be able to captivate the crowd.
Right.
You have
know.
to.
Yeah.
Right. Because that's how many people have been discovered singing street corners.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and really just
Bus
singing at the bus stop,
Yeah.
metro.
Train.
You know what I'm saying? That if you can do that and capture people to want to
True.
stand there
You mostly
and
go
listen
down
to
gallery
you,
place. That's where they mostly sing.
you
at.
know,
Gallery
Right.
like
places still-
that's where you discover raw talent. You know,
Exactly.
and
Exactly.
that I think has become a missing element to include the message.
Yeah, so true. But one thing, and you're right, but one thing I have to say about singers who can sing, some of them, they're lazy. And I hate to say this is true. They don't have a work ethic. A lot of these people who can't sing, they have that hunger. And that hunger gets them to where they need to, it's sad to say, because I could sing, yeah, but what are you doing to sing? You know, and I had to catch myself. I was like, okay, Robert, you got to stop bringing down people because you don't know their work ethic. Because I know some girls who could sing their behinds off, but they don't want to get out there and put their
Right.
pedal to the
Right.
metal.
Right.
And do
Yeah.
Mhm.
what
Yeah.
They don't want, they don't want to put the pedal to the metal.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm like, and like you said also, the artists, the singing over the auto tune and this and that and the other, and just when you're moving, you're dancing, you run out of breath. A lot of people don't know how to control
Right.
that. See me when I'm on the stage, I'm dancing, I'm moving, I'm singing. If you ever watch some of the greats, Michael Jackson, he dances, but when it comes to hitting a serious note, he's stand
Stop.
still.
Right.
Uh-huh.
James Brown.
Yes,
You
all
know,
of them.
All of them. It's
Mhm.
a technique. You know,
Yes.
and that's how you can tell. I think a trained
Mhm.
singer versus someone that really has not necessarily maybe had that vocal coaching
Yeah.
that some singers have
Right.
or
Yeah.
were afforded to,
Mhm.
because it takes a lot to be able to sing and perform.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I've
Period.
been
Yeah.
singing, like in choirs, or since I was like a kid, since I was like 5.
Mm.
You know, it's different when you're in a choir and then you are singing in a group, right?
Mhm.
And then, so I sing at my church. I sing on praise team, and we have to move a lot, but it's different because you got people who are in your section where if you have to take a breath, it's not missed because
Right.
they
Right.
can carry, they can carry right. It's a team.
Mhm.
Right.
And so I've had some vocal training. I have a coach.
Right.
And so one of the things we do is we have to like run and sing.
Mhm.
But it's real. Like you gotta really do it. Now I'm trying to tell y'all on the first. So I've been performing by myself. So it's even different when you're perform by yourself. I just started doing this it's been about 2 years now. I've been
Okay.
performing by myself. And I remember one of my first times doing it by myself, but I was so hyped for one of the first songs and didn't have a whole lot of breath for the second one. So I'm like trying to sing the song. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, you know, it really is. It's like having a great work ethic is important. Like when you was talking about you love Beyonce's work, and I'm like, yes. When I watched Homecoming and how they practice, and I'm like, if I'm serious about this,
that's it.
I really need to do more. I really need to eat better. I really need to exercise more. I really, you know what I'm saying? I need to practice my craft more.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be one of those artists who, when the music go off and you can't captivate the crowd.
It's just all crickets in the crowd.
Crickets and frogs, right?
Even if you got a little something.
Yeah.
Whether you got a little something or not, definitely work ethic is part of like at least 75% of doing it all.
Work ethic is.
Yeah.
Look at me. I come from Brooklyn all the way to DC. That's work ethic. That's what you got to do.
That's what you have to do.
Mhm.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
Right.
Exactly.
Like, so this is a little stepping on my toes over here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's real. Like, you really got to put that work
If
in.
you think about it as a singer, you may not be your voice is an instrument.
Mhm.
You know,
That's right.
You have to take care of yourself to be the best that you can possibly be.
Yes.
Mhm.
And I just considered myself an instrument the other day. We had some technical difficulty at one of our last shows. So, you know, I was like, Dad, I really want to sing a song, but I'm like, I don't know. You know, so I started talking to the crowd. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And but I was like, after that, I was like, I need to get my own mic and my own amp, just so you can, you know what I'm saying, so you can hear me. And as I was thinking, I was like, Dad, you know what I'm saying? Like I started thinking about how, you know, guitarists they have their amp.
Yes.
You know, and I'm like,
That's
well,
that
I'm an
investment
instrument.
in yourself.
That's
Exactly.
right.
Mhm.
But
Your own
I just,
mic, all of that.
I think it was that moment of me getting an amp. Like, I don't consider me having. I'm like, I don't play an instrument where I need an amp or something like that.
Right.
If that makes sense. But that was the clarity for me that no, this is your instrument.
There you go.
That's right. Your
So
voice.
I need to protect it and be ready.
That's
Just
right.
like if I had a
All
guitar or if I had a keyboard.
Yeah.
So I'm like.
And that's good that you say that because a lot of people don't see their voice as being an instrument.
Right.
They don't.
Right. Exactly.
Proper rest.
Yes.
Yes.
I love cheese.
Like cut up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soda.
Yeah.
Sodas.
Right.
All that's cigarettes.
Yeah.
Smoking. That's your instrument. You got to protect it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It really working like I wanted to, but I had to give up what I got because I really want to be invested in this, like for real.
Right.
You know, and it takes sacrifice.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Sometimes more than what we really depend on. So I do know some singers who are like, I'm blown away by their voice. I'm still in that stage of I feel like an imposter. You know, but I know some people who, like, their voice is amazing. I'm just like, why aren't you doing more? Like, your voice is amazing.
Then the work
You just get
ethic.
up, you're like,
I mean, work ethic is
you
good.
young.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, come on.
But
pushing it. So.
but that's how it is sometimes with people who already have it. They don't feel like they have to work.
privilege.
That's
at
what it
You know, it's kind
is.
of like an athlete who, you know, can jump over everybody, shoot a, you know, a 3-pointer like it's nothing, you know, or whatever. You like, they don't have to. They think because it just comes naturally to them that you don't have to put the work in. Like
Nah.
you do have to put the work in, no matter what.
Can
You know
we
what
say
I'm
that's
saying?
artist privilege? That's
Right,
what
it is.
That's what
That's
it
a
is.
good term.
That's
Good term.
what it
Artist
is.
privilege. That's
Nah,
right. That's right.
You got to work.
That's right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and get into this countdown, and when we come back from the countdown, we're gonna talk about the future of black music.
Yes.
Where we would like to see it go, where we think it's going, given where it is now, and yeah, that's how we're gonna close out today's show. So appreciate everybody for rolling with us, keeping rolling with us for this third hour of bars. And so, yeah, we're going to go ahead and get to this countdown and be back with the official Hump Day motivation for the DMV and beyond. This is Bars.
All the fire engines in the world can't put out this inferno. It's the bars, 5 alarm waves countdown. Only on WebDCRadio.com and the WebDC Radio app.
That's like nowadays, a lot of people, they want to know certain things right.
Number 5.
Like, put your craft,
Never paid attention. Fresh paper So busy writing rhymes, staring out the window. I can see myself on billboard pictures. Little kid, but with a lot of vision. Single home, one television. I would wash the dishes, tell my little sisters I'ma make it one day in the music business. Grew up listening to Salt and Pepper, Roxanne Shante, and a couple others. Whatever happens to women and substance. Nowadays only a couple others, so I fill my cup up with plenty of it. Double up, they say it's all or nothing. I was born with nothing, did a lot of struggling. So before I go, I'ma accomplish something. Yeah, let's get into it. Yeah, look, hey, you are now rocking with the best. A real life, this is not a test. All I need is a little time, just a minute more, not a second less. All the mother went and took a rest, but these queens went and took it left. For these bars, you gon' need a rest, cause these bras are some lethal weapons. That's 9 on the beat. Got Roddy MC, Queen. We bomb when you know warning, so keep calm when you speak. Set it off with a bang. You about to murder the gang. Whether you heard of me or not, I'm making sure niggas remember the name. So how'd I figure the flame? Coco, they say I'm sick in the brain. Me and you, we not the same. I'm in a whole nother lane. Say what you wanna, but you wanna pull me, I hit you. So with them things. That's when you know I ain't playing. Cause you sang. Now that's dope, yeah. Now that's dope, man. Yeah, now that's dope, man. Yeah, now that's dope, man.
Don't I hate waiting? Ain't I impatient? You mistakenly thought I was a rookie. I'm Gary Payton. My career to stand still. Feel like I've been blanking. I'm just saying I ain't delirious. I don't take nothing too serious.
Oh, now we rapping. Trina got me on my Kenilworth. A hungry artist, I eat a rapper for dinner first. I watch my circles, the energy and the inner worth. This game is sinister, that's why I call the minister. Hello? Remember her? The one that gave you battle rap and fanny packs. Watch the win awards on my accord. I want my Grammy back. Hand me that, give them what they want. It's 5 o'clock, hit up nonchalant. Like this for the city, for the dreamers, for the have-nots. The underdogs with big paws, I'm the mascot. Don't worry about the destination or the last stop. And you ain't know we been dope, go play the last drop. Yeah, now that's dope, man. 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 Hey, yo. I wanna ask a few questions. Will there be more sessions of you dropping blessings or? Killing me with these 21 questions. I will kill like 21 sessions. That will give you 21 blessings. That will teach you 21 lessons. That my lyrics always gon' have a higher percentage of some relevance. Yours narcoleptic, lazy, lack intelligence. No hate though, really wanna connect you dum-dum just like you Legos. In the meantime, kill so many more micro pesos. Cause hypothetical privileges got me all on my biblical. Nonchalant, you so lyrical. That is why we be feeling you. Flatline, nah, where the hell you been? Hate that line. Check 1, 2 on the mic, hit flames on the food, then making me that line. Flatline, another dead mic and I wake up the nonchalant. I did at my hiatus, so you listening to the greatest, baby. Yeah, now that's dope, man. 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 I'm so, I'm so, I'm so, I'm so, I'm so, I'm so, I'm so.
Number 4.
Tears, anger, frustration. My life. My bad, I know I ain't smiled in a while. I got a lot on my mind. I had a lot with a smile. My mom and dad in the ground. I told my son, hold it down. My bad, I know I ain't smiled in a while. I got a lot on my mind. I had a lot with my smile. My mom and dad in the ground. I told my son, hold it down. My bad, I know I ain't smiled in a while. I got a lot on my mind. I had a lot with a smile. My mom and dad in the ground. I told my son, hold it down. My bad, I know I ain't smiled in a while. I got a lot on my mind. I had a lot with a smile. My mom and dad in the ground. I told my son, hold it down. My bad, I got a lot on my mind. My real messed up right now. Sitting in the dark space, tears running down my face, can't mask it. Images of my mom in a casket. Dad overdosed from a habit. Laying in a hospital bed, so left his body. Wanna put your wall, I'm sorry. I wanna air out the lobby. I wanna hurt somebody. I wanna help from my mommy, tell her I'm sorry. I went to work that day, didn't know you were so sick in your body, yo. Please tell me heaven got visiting hours. I sat in cold showers to keep me from jumping from very high towers. Suicidal and I hate it. This world is mean and I hate it. Thought about hanging myself, but I know that my kids cannot take it. I'm hurt, I can't shake it. Hubby, he looking and crying. Why do my wife wanna die? I wipe the tears from his eyes. Go in the bathroom and cry. Asking God why. I don't know how much more I could take. Rolling up trees, hoping to escape. My bad, I know I ain't smiled in a while. I got a lot on my mind. I had a lot with a smile. My mom and dad in the ground. I told myself, hold it down. My bad, I know I ain't smiled in a while. I got a lot on my mind. I had a lot with a smile. My mom and dad in the ground. I told myself, hold it down. My bad. Tears burn my face like acid, smiling to mask it, major depression. People claim that they love me, the next minute they don't. My man told me to trust him, I won't. I'm just a ghost in a horror show. Curry 2 clips in my torso. Ready to shut down a scene like a foreclosure. I'm about that life, I ain't gonna hold you. God, I need you, my mind is all over the place. Demons all over the place. I'm about to air out this place. None of these wannabe gangsters are safe. God, I'm hurting on the inside. I'm so tired of crying. Everyone I love keep dying. Bills keep piling, kids keep wilding. My man over there is a chick face smiling. Looking at her photos and crying, wishing I could go back in time. And memories rewinding. I find that the so-called friends are unkind. And I'm a star, but I'm not shining. Studio grinding, true feelings I'm hiding. Shipwreck, presiding. Wanna be from riding, homicide, and bonding with the Clyde. I know I'm wild, my bad. I know I ain't sound in a while. I got a lot on my mind. I had a lot with a smile. My mom and dad in the ground. I told myself, hold it down. My bad. I know I ain't smiled in a while. I got a lot on my mind. I had a lot with a smile. My mom and dad in the ground. I told myself, hold it down. My bad. I know I ain't smiled in a while. Got a lot on my mind. Had a lot with my smile. Yeah.
Number 3.
How would you feel if you were innocent but sentenced to life? Too many getting killed over stereotypes. How many years we gotta struggle, sick of getting beat down? How many niggas gotta suffer headshot to the ground? I know the hate that's in your heart, you wanna see us fail. You want your ignorance and everything you do to prevail. You want your white skin to be another excuse for your wrongs. Probably thinking shut the fuck up, then you turn off the song. I know your president ain't hesitant to make you feel great, but his belligerence and ignorance is what we can't take. He wants the power and respect for you to stand and applause. There's a reason for the season, so I'm trusting in God. And every black man ain't carrying around a gun. And every black man ain't ran from his son. And every black man wanna speak up for his rights. And every black man has a right to live his life.
How does it feel to be racist? It must be contagious, 'cause the world is gone crazy. How does it feel to be racist? It must be contagious, 'cause the world is gone crazy.
Your face is salty and your heart full of hate. Why can't you take responsibility for the mess that you make? We want you held accountable for everything that you do, instead of trying to put the blame on everybody but you. You wanna use your social status, try to make us feel small. You wanna paint this perfect picture, you ain't Vincent Van Gogh. I wanna see a better future and all my niggas to shine. I want a life without us fearing that one day we gon' die, 'cause we done been through hell and back and we done been through the pain. Took a couple 100 years just to get out them chains, trying to build a better future for my niggas to grow. I'm trying to lead a better path and let the whole world know.
And every black man ain't carrying around a gun. And every black man ain't ran from his son. And every black man wanna speak up for his rights. And every black man has the right to live his life. How does it feel to be racist?
How does it feel?
It must be contagious, 'cause the world is gone crazy.
The world's gone crazy.
How does it feel to be racist?
How does it feel?
It must be contagious, 'cause the world is gone crazy.
Hey, come sit down with me, let's talk it out. so I can better understand what you talking about. I want to understand your mental, try to make you reflect. I want the answer to my question, that's with no disrespect. Cause I can put my pride aside and I can patiently wait. No, you don't like me, yeah, I see that fucking smirk on your face. 40 acres in the mule, I'd rather die with respect. I'm sick of brothers dying and mamas carrying around all that stress. I wanna show my future kids, they look what daddy did. I'm trying to give a better future than what daddy lived. I want them trigger figures down, I know you hear me loud. I think I said enough, I wanna hear you now.
Number 2.
Soul Gang, J Heat, hustle every anything. Hey, when you poppin', it's only about flippin', profits drippin', faucets, people talking. You the topic, them haters watching. You know they love the gossip. When you poppin', it's only about flippin', profits drippin', faucets, people talking. You the topic, them haters watching. You know they love the gossip. What do you know? I'm in the clouds, counting this bread while I blowin' this. I done showed what I'm about, but they still try to figure me out. 10 toes, always holding it down. Stand alone, never been in the crowd. Keep my name in they mouth. Sneak this and try and get us some clout. Let me catch it, then I man them out. Been a man ever since a little child. Jumped off the porch, you was still in the house. Paper boy, I was running the route. Interstate ride 95 South. Up in the press, cause I know it's a drought. Leave me alone while I'm doing my count. I'm trying to double my dollar amount. Yeah, yeah. Think it's about time right now. Think it's about time right now. Yeah, yeah. About to go live right now. All the way live right now. Yeah, yeah. Got it lit right now. All the way lit right now. Yeah, yeah. About to go in right now. All the way in right now. When you poppin', it's only about flippin', profits drippin', faucets, people talking. You the topic, them haters watching. You know they love the gossip. When you poppin', it's only about flippin', profits drippin', faucets, people talking. You the topic, them haters watching. You know they love the gossip. What do you know? I'm in the clouds, getting some while I blow on this. I know that's your girl and y'all made a vow, but I cannot help if she digging my style. She with me cause I keep it 1,000. Marry the game, I ain't walking the aisle. Getting money, yeah, I let that pile. Part of me while I loosen my bowels. Soul gang, do this shit from the ground. Only rule, ain't no fake allowed. All kings, only goal is the crown. Watch for these things cause these is foul. Same that had said they was down. Lips running, probably made it a mile. Stand up, y'all go ahead and sit down. They gon' be talking about me for a while. Yeah, yeah. Think it's about time right now. Think it's about time right now. Yeah, yeah. About to go live right now. All the way live right now. Yeah, yeah. Got it lit right now. All the way lit right now. Yeah, yeah. About to go in right now. All the way in right now. When you poppin', it's only about flippin', profits drippin', faucets, people talking. You the topic, them haters watching. You know they love the gossip. When you poppin', it's only about flippin', profits drippin', faucets, people talking. You the topic, them haters watching. You know they love the gossip.
Number 2. Number 1.
Big Sandy looking for me where this at. If I front you 100 piece, you better bring 200 back. Call the gossip, hang up on him, no respect for that. Text me, she miss me, curd at home. I ain't texting back.
Ever since a youngin', I knew I was different. Cause I had all the money, I had all them. I pull up in the Thundy with a fifth of liquor. And I stayed up in the range, you know my aim terrific. How you a boss, you ain't never took a loss. And don't ever leave me round your I miss to get them draws. And I'm always riding with that stick, I miss the law. Fake, I started clapping, that's a big round of applause. I know this ain't no sprint, it's a marathon. Killed that Nipsey, told me never leave my gun at home. Stocking chips, stay out the way, cause hate to see you roll. Killing every beat, but they won't listen till you dead and gone. She told me that she on since a youngin', I knew I was different. I grew up with no father, I ain't even miss him. If you come from where I come from, it's real specific. We name our guns 299s, they talented and gifted. Tell you a killer, you ain't never pulled the trigger. If you did, it was some sucker like hating on it. Turn myself into a brand, I'm chasing 7 figures. Do my dirt all by my lonely, I don't need no co-defendant. She told me that she only did with real. I got a GC shooter, call him Bradley Bill. And I ain't flexing, baby, I'm just being real with you. Somebody touch me, then somebody get it. Look.
You say you looking for me, where you at? If I don't get 250 cents, I won't get the strap. Call the gossip, hang up on them, never call them back. Text me, she miss me, I'm too busy, I can't text you back. Shorty say she only deal with real. I guess it's in luck, cause I'm a oxy heel. And I ain't flexing, baby, I'm just being real. Somebody touch me, then somebody get killed.
Why is that?
That's what we were just talking about. I don't know.
You don't know.
Welcome back to the Balancing Act Radio Show, hosted by AJ Throwback,
No,
only on WinDCRadio.com and the WinDC Radio app, powered by GoWin.media.
Yeah. That was our 5 Alarm Blaze countdown. Starting from number 5, we had Nonchalant featuring Rod the MC and Kenilworth Katrina with Rodrina 9. At number 4, we had T Spaz with My Bad. Number 3, Vontae with Contagious. Number 2, who was our defending arsonist of the month, J Heat with Gossip. And our brand new arsonist of the month coming in at number 1, AP Fresh, who we had here last week with 100 Piece. A shout out to AP Fresh for taking the top spot. Not very easy to do, but yeah, he took it convincingly. And shout out to everybody else who qualified. Shout out to Henri Latil, who qualified as well. Shout out to the Dirty Church and Tim Hicks. Shout out DJ Roddy Rod. They qualified. Danae Joy. Dimensions featuring Cornbread, Lord Better, and Noyik. The Grizzly Bear and Lonnie for qualifying. Just missed the mark, but shout out to them for just making the list, man. A lot of good music. You know, we had to show plenty of love to our artists, our independent artists here in the DMV and beyond. So, we are in our final segment of the Black Music Month Forum. And it seemed like it just whipped by pretty fast. You know? 3 hours, you know, it just went like that. So, the future. Where do y'all see it going based upon what you see right now, versus where you would like to see it go in terms of the music, in terms of the technology? You know, one of the things that we were talking about off air was the return of vinyl making a comeback. Yes. You know, and like these are like traditional technologies. A lot of times people feel like, you know, in the MP3 era, you know, everything is easily accessible, but nothing really captures that warmth of music like vinyl, like tapes, like cassettes. You know what I'm saying? So we could go around the table, or you know, however y'all want to do it. You know.
I was gonna say I think that history at some point repeats itself. And so I'm not saying that we're ever off bottom with music, but I'm just saying I can see the turn. Even we were talking about like how vinyl is making a comeback, where you can see more people investing in that again. And then the hopes of, you know, the live music, you know, live bands as opposed to just simulated sounds coming back. I think that at some point that is gonna come. My hope is that you were talking about it earlier, talking about how if we could get the new generation and the older generation to come together, that's what I wanted to say. That's my hope. Yeah. That you know what I'm saying, or that's what I feel like our issue is. I don't consider it a battle. I don't disrespect even the younger generation's music, because that is their culture. Right. So you can't be mad at something that they were born into, and this is how they were molded and developed. And this is what they produced from, you know, our trickle down effect. So I would love to see more love and more connection, as you were talking about earlier, in our music as a whole, and some of those things that are good qualities from the past being brought back to fruition. Right.
I definitely agree in regards to history itself. And I do see, hopefully, I would like to see that we come back to the talent and the live performance. I hope that eventually we get away from the concept of having to be trendy, you know, as and having to, that's the only way to sell music. I would like to see us be more, get back to being original. You know, you said earlier, there's so many different styles that, you know, people can create, but we find, like, I think, I don't remember if it was offline or on air that you were saying about the 3 types of rappers right now.
Yeah.
But, like, that's real. You know, it's like you get into these flows, and that's, you know, in order to sell music because it's popular, it's trendy.
Yes.
You know, you feel like you have to do that. I know my artist sometimes struggles with the idea of, and he's vocally, you know, trained, and he's an actual singer, you know, and can perform. At the same time, I think sometimes he battles with whether or not to be trendy and to just, you know, get on that auto tune because that's what's selling. You know, and it's a constant battle that I think that some artists go through of whether or not to be an original artist and to create their own way, their own style, and to really genuinely say either you accept me as an artist or you don't. You know, and I would like to see us move in a direction where we embrace more individuality.
Yes.
You know, and more, instead of being so clumped up as in, oh, you know, like trap is cool, but like, come on, there's other ways of expression. You know, there's other ways of creating positive messages to unify our Black community, because that's what music really, it's a universal language. You know, and I feel like a lot of times I personally can't really get down with the new generation is because I can't identify it. Like, I'm not a drug dealer, never have been, never will be. You know, that's not my lane. You know, I'm not, you know, I grew up middle, you know, class. You know, eventually, you know, I've never really experienced, you know, poverty, but it doesn't mean I don't have, you know, empathy for it. But at the same time, like, I can't identify with a lot of this music. And I think that turns me off from it too. It's the messages that are being promoted. If I can't identify with it, but I would like to see us, like, R&B get back to, like, the message, the love, the music as a whole, like, uplifting our women. Because as a woman, it's very, like, you know, we are, what is the saying? We are the most unprotected individuals, and I truly feel that way. So to go to music, which is a passion of mine, and still not feel as though, you know, the lack of respect that, you know, is being put on our generations in regards to how we treat our women, you know, is saddening to me. So I definitely hope that we get back to a genuine individuality, like, that will kind of uplift our people.
Yes. Beautiful. That's beautifully said. For me, for the future of music, what I want to see is I want to see record labels promote artists who perform, sing, play music, and also artists who don't. I mean, there's a balance. If you have a drum machine or you do beats, that's great. But also promote artists nowadays who rock with bands, who present the message, like you say, of upliftment, who kind of gives brings a future to the children who actually play their instruments. Give them something to look up to. You know, give them something to look up to. When you write a song in a structure that has a bass, chorus, verse, chorus, bridge, not chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse. I want to see songs in the future that have a structure, because there's a lot of young people who write songs that have structures, but they don't have an avenue because the songs that are out now does not have that structure.
Right.
So I want the record industry and people in generally to keep these things alive, because that will keep the music alive, that will keep the message alive, that'll keep the creativity alive, that'll prevent the cookie cutterness. Because I don't want to see any more cookie cutters. I don't want to see, well, okay, you got this one, so you need to be like this one in order to sell. That doesn't always work.
Right.
I want creativity for the future. I want to see the creativity put back into the music.
Great.
I want to see people not afraid to invest in artists because the artist is unique. You know,
Yeah.
I want them to see them stand behind an art and not just labels, the community as well,
Yeah.
the people as well. Stand behind that artist because she is different or because he is different.
Yeah.
You know, well, he don't sound like this one, so nah, I can't risk that. No, step out the box and start risk taking.
Yes.
Start risk taking in your music. Start risk taking with other artists. I want to see a future, like you said, emerge of the younger and the older coming together, because that's a powerful mixture.
Yeah, it is.
That's a powerful mixture. And like I said, if you have, like I say, the older and the younger coming together, there's a message in the music that, well, you put the beat and you put the message. Okay, I got this slamming beat, but I have this message in the song. Put it together, and you will be able to influence people because they're gonna hear the beat and they're gonna hear the message, so it has to work. You know, I want to see more merging of, like I say, the older and the younger. I want to see more merging of just artists nowadays in their performances.
Yeah.
That's another thing. I want to see more artists surpass their album when they're on stage. In other words, when you're on stage, okay, your album is bad, but when you on stage, your performance is badder.
Right.
So this is what I want to see in the future. I don't want to see the album outweigh the performance,
Right.
like we were speaking earlier.
Right.
You know, I want to see more, more love, more connection, more uplifting for women and also for men too, because, speaking about it, we always speak of the women uplifting, and that's beautiful, but a lot of guys are being put down in this music too. We put the men down too. We need to just come up to a point now where it's time for us to just come up from up the floor now. Come up the floor, stand straight. What I want to see in music is today, I want to see that connection, that power, that love, that authenticity, the realness, the togetherness. I mean, you're going to always have other music, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But let's have a balance, like your radio station. Let's have the balance in the music, because that's what and I also, like you said, I want to see vinyl brought back. I would love to see record stores brought back again, because again, connection is the key to good music. You do not have connection, you do not have good music, because you're not feeling each other.
Right.
What I want to see brought back in music again is connection, and I'll say it again 1,000,000 times. Connection. That's what's needed.
That's it. That's it. TC?
I already said everything I said.
Hey, girl.
You got?
She said everything earlier.
You ain't got nothing?
My generation.
Yeah. I mean, you
You
know.
powerful. Come on.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
mean,
I'm saying.
what do you want to see? What do you want to see? What do you want to see from your generation specifically? I mean, granted, I know you listen to a lot of old school or whatnot, but like, what do you want to see your generation do differently than what they're doing right now?
Stop fake trapping. Mostly, basically what all y'all was saying, like connect with other people, because I feel like mostly in the DMV, don't nobody really want to work with nobody because hoods or something are beefing, but I feel like everybody in DMV has talent. Like Wale comes back, work with people. You got Shelly the MC.
Yeah.
You got like all artists that come back and some that leaves, but I feel like in my generation we need to know the history of music.
Yes.
Learn the history, learn where it came from.
Yes.
And then know what we're talking about. There's nothing wrong with turn up music for my youth, my generation, but it's also like you're disrespecting women on top of that.
Yeah.
Calling them these type, having people change up their selves or giving some people low self-esteem or having them
That's right.
look like things that they're not. So I would say my generation just need more work on history of music and to connect more versus beefing. And saying I don't want to work with that person because that person's song sucks or that hood is beefing with my hood. But it's like Nipsey Hussle brought the Bloods and the Crips together, and his music, as you've seen with YG, both of them was on two different sides in Compton, but he brought them together. So it's like my generation just need more history on music and where it comes from.
Right.
Mostly.
That's a good one. That's a really good one.
Yeah. Yes.
I guess kind of close this part of it out. I think one of the biggest things that I want to see in music has to do with the business side. I want to see artists be about every last aspect of their business. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean just the dollars and cents, but I also mean professionalism. You know what I'm saying? You are a product. You are a brand. You know what I'm saying? You have to look at yourself that way. Yes, it's music, but it's the music business. You know what I'm saying? Learn from these. I feel like it's kind of leaning in that way because a lot of artists are smarter than a lot of the older artists. And I think sometimes that's where the divide comes in, is that some of the older artists are mad because they wish they would have been as smart about their business as a lot of these youngest, because come on, how many times have we seen Unsung? And like, it's like the common theme is money. You know, so right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, like they didn't read contracts.
That's
you know, like
the label played with them.
Right. And that's another thing.
TLC.
Oh my God, TLC, right.
They was producing all them records, was broke, driving little suburban cars.
Right.
Oh, no,
be about your business, you know, and be professional. You know, like it's very important. A lot of times, it's a couple of things I can think about. Like professionalism, to me, it goes beyond just the artist. To me, that goes also to the so-called gatekeepers.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these gatekeepers believe that just because they're in the positions they're in, they can talk to people any old kind of way. They can treat people any old kind of way. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we need to do away with that mentality of, you know what I'm saying, the having Bama's run the juniors for cheesecakes. You know what I'm saying? And like that's your rite of passage. You know what I'm saying? It's like no. Like it doesn't have to be that way anymore because you're dealing with grown people. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is, if you want somebody to respect you, first and foremost, you got to respect your craft. First and foremost. That's number one. Number two, you have to respect yourself as a person. You have to take yourself seriously. You can't be acting all crazy and wild like an Iggy Azalea, you know what I'm saying, or Azalea Banks, picking Azalea. I don't know what it is about girls named Azalea, you know what I'm saying, they be wilding out. But the point is, you have to carry yourself like a professional at all times. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that professionalism, it's always been a struggle with musicians regardless, because I mean, you know, look, you know, artists sometimes can live wild and crazy lives, and you know, they get things,
that fame.
Right, fame, they'll get
money.
things handed to them or whatever, but at the same time, it's like at the end of the day, you want to be respected as a person, as a man, as a woman, you know what I'm saying, and as an artist. So you got to respect yourself, you got to respect your craft, and you got to respect your business, you know what I'm saying? Look, you know, go learn a course like what you were talking about with engineering, you know what I'm saying, like, or with Pro Tools, like learn something new, like add layers to your hustle, you know, like don't just settle for being just, if you're a rapper, don't just settle for being a rapper. If you're a singer, don't just settle for being a singer, you know what I'm saying, learn all these different things, because the thing is, if one source dries up, you have something else to fall back on that still keeps you in your passion, you know, so that's the future. And I think a lot of artists are doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like older artists and younger artists.
Yeah.
They do a little bit of everything. Like you see, like I always think about somebody like an Erykah Badu. Erykah Badu will DJ. She can, you know, she'll sing, she'll rap. She might even be able to play an instrument. You know what I'm saying? Somebody like somebody we just played, Nonchalant. Nonchalant, I mean, she came into prominence in the 90s. Nonchalant is now like a freaking renowned DJ. You know what I'm saying? And still spitting bars. You know, but she didn't she didn't just hang her hat on just rap. You know. Another guy that like who's a huge supporter of our show, ADST Music. Not only does he produce, but now he has a media company where he's helping other people get more exposure, getting people on radio show. I mean, he's been funneling people to this show. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But he's somebody who, and he DJs, so he wears many hats. So I feel like that really is the future of black music, is that we can't let people take advantage of us. And I mean, not just white folks. I mean, us. Ourselves. Because honestly, a lot of times we take advantage of each other worse than anybody else.
Motown.
Right. Truth be told, Philly International was the same thing.
Yes.
That Gamble and Huff. The OJ stopped speaking to Gamble and Huff because of an album they put out in 2004 that they weren't supposed to put out. And it ended up being one of these things. It caused a huge rift between them. I mean, you think about it, like Gamble and Huff, like Tom Bell, they were behind like Love Train,
For
the Love of Money, all of these classic songs, but because the money wasn't right and they was jerking people, you know what I'm saying? Like, I always think about this skit. I don't know if y'all ever listened to the Locks We Are the Streets album, but they had a skit called Jay Jerkin, you know what I'm saying? Like, because they were talking about Puffy. You know what I'm saying? But Baby, you know what I'm saying, from Cash Money, you know what I'm saying? But like all of these different people, right.
They'll milk you dry. Right. You don't know your history.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Etiquette.
Yeah. So for me, the future is have your business in order. And if you got to go independent, go independent. You don't really need majors anymore.
That's the truth.
You don't really need them. If you develop a following in this day and age and the music is there, and the craft is there, and the art is there, what you really need the majors for? Because all they gonna do is take all your money anyway, and you're gonna be in debt. Right. You're gonna be hella in the red.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I want to see for the future. People being smarter about their business.
Yeah. That sums it up.
Yeah.
That sums it up.
Yeah. So, what does everybody have coming up?
Okay.
Start with you.
Hey. Well, okay, Rob Rise on Belief. I have a concert July 13th in Brooklyn at the Roulette Theater. It's going to be a slamming concert. It's me, my band. I have a 7-piece band, bass, drum, guitar, keyboard, 2 background singers. I'm going to be singing songs from both of my albums. My first album, Rise on Belief, and my second album called Bright Fame. Basically, it's rock infused, soul, R&B, a little bit of, you got Hendrix in there, you got the Rolling Stones, you got the Beatles, you got the Chili Peppers, you got all of that is my mixture of my music. So definitely, it's going to be a slamming show July 13th, y'all, in Brooklyn at the Roulette Theater on Atlantic Avenue and 3rd Street, because some of y'all may know where that is. You know, just because you're in D.C. don't mean you may not know.
We got plenty of people watching from New York. So.
That's right. And the tickets are, you can go on Eventbrite. They're on Eventbrite and just look up Rob Rise on Belief. It's $50 for the ground floor, $40 for the balcony. It's going to be a slamming show. And also, if I like to say, if you guys want to look me up, you can go to Facebook, type in Rob Rise on Belief. Go to Instagram, Rob Rise on Belief, and Twitter, Rob Rise on Belief. Follow me, like me. This is where I am. So, and also one more thing, I have a video coming out soon called When Susie Puts On Her Makeup. It will be out in sometime next month. So look out, Rob Rise on Belief, July 13th at the Roulette Theater. Yeah. And y'all heard my joint, Mirror Mirror. Okay.
And where can they find your music at?
You can find my music. It's on Apple's. It's on iTunes. It's on all music outlets. Amazon. Does Napster still exist? I think it's on Napster. Wherever music online.
Napster came back.
All music store outlets, all music online store outlets, but definitely it's on iTunes. You type in Rob Rise on Belief and both of my albums will appear. I'm also on YouTube. You know, I have my music streaming live on YouTube, Spotify, all streaming services, all online services, YouTube services, video services. Rob Rise on Belief. Type it in, and that's where you'll find my music. My Instagram is Rob Rise on Belief.
Rob Rise on Belief.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What you got? What you and D-Bell got popping on?
Mm-hmm.
So really, D-Bell is actually working on some new music, some new projects, trying to solidify that over the summer. And definitely we'll be releasing some music videos. Still trying to decide if we're going to release a video that we shot for the last amount of rounds. We have some footage from that. But definitely working on new music and to the theme of actual ballads and just some real R&B and uplift of women more so.
Yeah.
So that's what we're working on.
Okay. All right. Latasia.
Music wise, or does it matter?
It doesn't. It doesn't matter.
So I have the privilege of being in this like short film called Fraternizing by Devin Bridges.
Yeah, that's right.
So DC is having their arts and theater festival, Black Arts and Theater Festival, and her movie premieres July 2nd at Festival Art. At their Black Box, and that's going to be that evening around 7. So you could go online to get tickets, but I think that the actual show is sold out, but there will be another show. But that is something I'm excited about. I kind of want to dabble in, not dabble. I want to do some acting. But she saw me in a play that she actually co-wrote, and then I did some other stuff for her. So I was really privileged to be part of this. Musically, though, I am working on a single with Brian Lucas. He's originally from DC, born and raised, but he's in California. And hopefully that can be done this summer, like around August. And personally, I'm working on something to be released in 2020 in the spring. Summer-ish.
Okay.
So we're going to see. I learned from my last project to not rush. So I was so impressed. I was like, again, I told you when stuff don't happen, if I'm trying to get something done and it don't happen, I get sad and depressed about it. So I started this in July of like 2017, and so I ended up releasing an EP in August of 2018. But I was so upset that I couldn't do it by July, and me trying to get it done at that time, I feel like I rushed it and maybe cut a little, cut some corners, and just didn't give myself a chance to develop as an artist in my craft. So I'm taking my time. If it don't come out 2020 summer, then
it come out when it come out.
Okay.
Like you gonna get it when you get it.
All right.
It's gonna be right. Let everybody know where they can follow. Yes.
I was thinking of that.
Yes.
So my artist name is D-Bow. His first debut album was A Mind of My Own. It is streaming on all streaming services, Tidal, Apple Music, Spotify. He's also on YouTube. You can follow his website or go check him out, find out more about him as an artist, as a person, and listen to his music on his website, officialdbellmusic.com. I'm trying to think. Facebook, Official D-Bell. Everything is basically Official D-Bell. Follow him on Twitter, on IG. I think I've covered all the social media handles.
Well, all right. And Latasia, where can everybody find you online and find your music as well?
You can find me at Latasia, Letasia. So that's my Instagram handle. But honestly, from there, if you go to my webpage, there's a link that you can find my music. I try to make it as easy as possible. So once you go to my webpage, it's right there. If you do Apple Music, you hit the little Apple Music button, and it'll take you there. Spotify or whatever. But you can Google. It's on Amazon. It's Latasia League, Letasia Leak. And I'm pretty active on Facebook and Instagram, so you can find me there.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna. So we're gonna close the show because we running a little short on time. But TT, you had a little something you wanted to close out the show with.
Two things. Okay, so first I want to say rest in peace to this young man, Fame Reek. He recently died over overdose.
Right.
His candlelight is tomorrow. Start at 7 at 1207 Hillmaid Station Drive, Bowie, Maryland, for Fame Reek. My condolences go to his mom and his family. And I wanted to say my closing was stay focused on the goal you want, stay around positive energy, work hard, be smarter, sacrifice what's best for it. Sacrifice what's the best. Be your own boss.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
That's it. See? I didn't even have to tell TT to do that.
No,
she came with the bars for life. Came with the bars for life. Look at that initiative.
Stole my question,
unintentionally. So I was like, okay, she got the bars for life, so she gonna close it out with the bars. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Initiative. But I just want to thank all of you, Natasha, Tierra, Rob, TT. For all of your contributions to this conversation. This is, for me, Black Music Month is something like I was exposed to when I was like 9 or 10 years old watching BET, and I found out about Black Music Month. I was like, wow, we have a Black Music Month. Okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm here for it. And so like having this form, like really 30 years after the first time I've ever first heard about it, it's coming full circle.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
I was like, oh, we got a Black Music Month.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I learned.
Yeah, absolutely.
At least
Learning
you
when you learn.
learned.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Couple of things before we close down shop for the day. Definitely got to shout out all of our cancers out there. I got to shout out my sis from Breakout Kings, Janet, celebrating a birthday today along with Shamika. My niece Marley and my uncle Terry, they'll be celebrating birthdays tomorrow, so happy early birthday to the both of y'all. My main man Calvin Williams, Lush Vibes Radio, along with my aunt Lita and Pierre. What's her name? Yeah. Yeah. Celebrating birthdays on the 29th. My man Gangsta B, I tell you, it's like half of Breakout Kings was like Kansas, you know what I'm saying? Gangsta B, Anissa, Quana, and Kiasha all celebrating birthdays on the 30th. My girl Jarena celebrating the birthday on the 1st. Deja, Angie Ellis, and Dominique, AP Fresh's sister, celebrating birthdays on July 3rd. So shout out to all the cancers out there. And also, I wanted to read these last 3 comments from Calvin Williams before we closed out. In our earlier conversation, he was saying, interesting how you mentioned the subgenres of music. The lack of variation is what's killing us creatively. Like Rob said, neighborhoods don't really exist anymore, especially given the advent of gentrification. The flavor is literally being diluted out of the culture, and the music is one of the first things that's being affected. And then he later said, even with all the fractures in where we believe music should be, I see so much raw talent out there, especially in the R&B soul realm. Artists and singers not being afraid of being their true selves. So I do have hope for the future in this generation. And hopefully we'll be able to open ourselves up to support and recognize this new talent and allow that talent to create and creativity to flourish. So appreciate you, Calvin, for contributing to the conversation. Yeah. And you're welcome for the birthday shout out. So make sure y'all tune in later today. DMV Culture Club from 6 to 8 p.m. and Grind Season Radio from 8 to 10 p.m. right here on WinDCRadio.com, the WinDC Radio app. Many of these shows available on Facebook Live and YouTube Live on the WinDC Radio pages. Of course, it's all powered by GoWin.media. Please make sure y'all tune in next Wednesday. We have Lex Beats, producer from Houston, who will be calling in. And also, like we said earlier, my man Tone Butter, he will be coming in for a repeat. You know what I'm saying? To this day, Tone Butter still has the most amount of views in terms of a Facebook Live feed. Over 1,300 views.
Wow.
Yeah, our most watched show to date. So we might get another repeat performance. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? he brought him in the last time. But I just like to once again thank each and every last one of you for this conversation. I'd like to thank each and every member of Team Bars. Y'all keep us going. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Y'all power us every single week and motivate us as we motivate y'all. And we're going to go ahead and close out the show with my main man Ryan Lucas and Feel the Pain featuring Belly U with Wade in the Water on the official Hump Day motivation for the DMV. And beyond, and I got to say this before I close because I got spoiled by Latasia's version. You know, like from Latasia singing it live. So when I heard the album version, I was like, hold on, where Latasia at? Yeah. I got spoiled. Yeah, it is a dope song nonetheless, and I hope y'all enjoy it. And we'll see y'all next Wednesday. Enjoy the rest of your week, and yeah, keep it black. Peace.
Wade in the water. Wade in the water. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water.
I'ma wade in the water, no trouble, but you can catch a fade in the water. 1 time, 2 times, been saved by the water. Baba Dick said there's change in the water, elevating people without the wings on the collar. Our liberation is found through the streams of the dollar. Our generation is loud. Scream out a holler of another brother shot down. Time to shut down the slaughter. Locked, loaded, and ready. Aim at the target. Red, black, and green. Been listening to Marcus, Harriet. Led us to light in the darkness. So much wealth in my corsair and dark flesh. Buy up the block, then we running that. Black man is no longer a punching bag. Black woman is no longer a chicken snack. Rushing to the stock market, yeah, we want our chicken back.
Wade in the water. Wade in the water. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water.
Went to the river, found God in the water. Look, opposition like linebackers that Colin shook. Travel far on foot, fighting through the land of crooks. On the mission, closer to the path that my father took. In my mother's womb, I was baptized. I was birthed with serenity and pastimes. I was born with the purity of black eyes. See through your smile, sense evil in your vibes. Immersed in liquid, emerge as a ninja. Stronger, more intelligent, forming to surrender. Protect my brother and black dream. Defender, my pen is a weapon like bat slings and triggers. The water cleanse souls and the spirit. The water reveals your original appearance. The water blocks any enemy interference. The water will cool your thermostat. You feel it?
Wade in the water. Wade in the water. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Wade in the water. Wade in the water. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water.
Need somebody to test the water. Once the company know you're going to be testing water, they would less be apt to put something in the water. 2, get a dog or a cat, put the water down. They don't drink it. Something's wrong with it. See, a dog or a cat, okay, if you take water out the tap and put it for a dog or a cat, they will walk around it. Not just so happen chlorine and fluorine is a gas. All gas move to a higher level. And so there's a period when the dog or the cat will come and drink the water. Don't drink the still water unless you're on a fast, because the still water will rob your body of minerals. Don't drink mineral water because mineral water is radioactive. But spring water is the water to drink.
bars, 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 bars.
That's it.
I did it. Mommy did it?
Yes.
Oh. Went to bars, bars?